Hello guys, NanoFix here. Right, so that's another video. And today we have an Audi A4 2006. This car actually got a story. I will say the story in the end of the video. This car was from a friend of mine, and then a friend of mine sold to this person. This person got this car now, and is quite lucky with the car. No problems whatsoever. It's a good car, yeah. For his age, only the emissions, it smells a bit, because this old engine PD, they emit lots of emissions. But anyway, it doesn't matter. That's another thing. So we have a problem today with this car. Oh, he died on a road. What can be? The code on the system is P0322, I think it is, something like that, or it's 333, sorry, P0332. So it stands for camshaft or crankshaft sensor. So the car just die. So you start the car in the morning, you let it running for a little bit, and then it cuts out. Or if you are driving on a road and you stop on a roundabout and it cuts out. And then, so I will show you now. So I just start the car to be warm before I start to work on it. Will make the things easier. But when I came back to the garage, it was dead. It stops running. So if I start the ignition, let's see if it starts now. There you go. You see the glow plug flashing because it's the sensor. The sensor is not working well. So I will show you what sensor is. Basically, if this happened to your car, you can guarantee 100% this is the sensor. I changed lots of these sensors in the past, and even the people were saying, oh no, the garage says not that, it's something else. I say, I don't care what the garage said, mate. I take lots of these sensors before apart, take it off with new ones, and the car, that problem disappear. So the sensor for this car is inside of this box. So I will show you what it is, if I manage to open the box. There you go. So that's the crankshaft sensor, and this is a pain in the ass to fit it. So this engine is vertical, so it's in a sideways, let's say. I did change the cam belt last year and did the service on this car. And then it was something funny, because when this problem started happen, he spoke to the friend, my friend, the Portuguese guy, and he said, oh, this is the car you sold to me. And the Portuguese guy said to him, oh, you just buy shit cars. That was a little bit mean to saying that, and I started laugh. And then the owner of this car said, yeah, okay, no service. And then he started saying it's my fault. I said, hey, it's nothing to do with the service, okay? I can't predict it. The sensors will fail, Anna. If you want the next time I will do a service, I will change all sensors in the engine, and you will have a big price to pay. So you wanted that. And he said, no, I'm joking. I know how it is. So the sensor fail. You can, any mechanic do a service. The only thing you can do is, like I do, a scan on a computer. And this sensor wasn't there. The only thing was there on the time I was do the scan, but I didn't pay attention because the car was running fine, is the injector 1, injector 4, sometimes have bad connection, so they come on a system. So what I have to do as well with this car is take the rocker cover out and check the plugs for the injectors, and I will show you what I mean. So lots of, on the past, I sorted out problems like this on the cars, they misfire or something like that. Always that connectors inside, they are loose, because it's oily on it and it gets very hot, and if over time they get connections get loose. That's another thing I have to do in this car today, but now we have to go to the sensor and see how easy it will be. So I will take this cover off and I will show you where the sensor is. To be honest to you, this is a job today. I don't really fancy do it, but I have to do it. It's like 2 degrees outside today and my garage is cold like hell. I can't feel my feet now. My feet is none. There's nothing in there. Okay, anyway. So if you see the sensor, it leaves. I will try to film. It's a little bit awkward, but let me see if I can show you where the sensor is. Let me see. So if you see there, I don't think you can see. It's very awkward to film. So it's between this block in here from the EGR, from the oil cooler, and it's somewhere there between that walls. Let me see. I can't really film. There's too many stuff on the way. Yes, but it leaves there between that old things in there. It's hard to get it. So when the engine is like horizontal, what I have to do is take the oil cooler out and take that whole thing out to get access to the sensor. But this engine, I will try to see if I can do that if I'll take the cooler out. Of course, it will be tricky to film you, and my phone is dying, the battery is a little bit low. What I will do, I will start take things apart. Even I put this valve not long time ago, look, this shiny valve in here. The flap motor, it did fail as well. So what I will do, I will take the things apart, and then I will film again, and I will show you what I did to take it off and how I managed to take the sensor. And also I will recommend you to have something like this. So I got lots of them, but this one is from work, so I just bring from work. So if you get, this is the one I need, is a quite long one. So if you got this, or if you don't have this, please buy this. This will help you and make the things easier. You can also use this kind of tools as well, so this bit to put together and this toolkit here, but this one will make the life easier for you. If you can get one of those, that will be good. Okay, so I will carry on now, set up everything in here. I think I will remove this a little bit on the side, so there will be a big space in here for I work on, because this is where the sensor is buried in there. So if I have to remove the oil cooler, oh well, I have to take it off, and then it will be a mess. It will be oil everywhere. But the engine is a little bit hot now because I started, but it died, so now I can't start anymore. And this is the problem of this sensor. So when it's cold, the car will start alright, and when it starts to warm up, the car dies. So that's a sign of the crankshaft sensor straight away is bad. So I will take everything now off, and then we will see how to take this sensor out from an engine like that. By the way, this is a 2-liter diesel, is a 2.0 TDI, 170 brake horsepower I think it is. So yes, stay there, don't go anywhere, because I will show you. Right, I regret to say, but looks like on this car I need to take everything off as well. So like you can see, let's see if I can film this properly. I don't know if you can see, what is the plug? Yeah, the plug is there in the end. So I don't know if you can see the plug in there, that one in there. You see that one all dirty and all in there. So that's the plug for the sensor, and the sensor live there. I will leave a mark on the video so you can see what it is. So what I have to take in here? Well, it's not much actually now. It should be alright because there's a lot of space in here. So what I will do is just to take the cooler out. The cooler have to come out, the oil filter cooler and everything have to come out. I disconnect the pipe, so be careful, it will be coolant everywhere. And I will recommend you put lots of towel paper under, because it will leak lots of oil in this thing. Yes, and then we will be able to change the sensor. All this job just to change a silly thing, you know, unbelievable. And also I'm checking in here, it's a little bit diesel leak in there. It's also, can you see the weird color in there? Look, because it's the fuel pump in there. Something else I have to check, so I have to take this cover out to check the injectors. And also now, it has a lot to do in here. So okay, so I take the pipes. This pipes is very tight, the cooler pipes. Just make sure you put on the right order. You can mark them. I recommend you disconnect the battery. I didn't do it, but I will do now, because I will messing around if there's cables in here. So disconnect the battery for that. Is a safety precaution. And then you have to take that 10mm bolt there, and another bolt in there holding a dipstick there. And then it's 4 bolts hold the housing to the block. After this will be off, it will be much easier to film you, to show you where the sensor is. So stay there. So that's the situation. So I have to disconnect this pipe in here from coolant, because this bracket in here, like you can see in here, it was on the way of the cooler. So like you can see now, I will see now if I will manage to take them. Sorry, it's quite dark for you to see actually. So there. So the sensor, even on the camera I can see it. There you go. I can shining light there for some reason. There you go. So you can see the plug is in there. Is that in the end? So what I will try to do is see if I can remove the sensor now. I don't think I can, but otherwise I have to take that nut there, the feed for the turbo, and take the 4 bolts of the cooler, and the cooler will be out. As simple as that. So it's lots of things to take it off actually, but it's not a bad job to do. So I will try see if it will be manageable to take the sensor like that. So let's see. Right, it's getting a little bit tricky actually. I'm struggling to take the sensor like that. I spent already here 15 minutes, and I think this will be hard to do like that. But I will try to show you how the situation is in here. I try to film, turn on the light in here so you can see it. The The thing is, you still have lots of things here on the middle, and I can't really film right. I will try to put the phone through, and I can't really film it. The phone can't focus the way it is, because this is awkward. So you can see the sensor is there, that black plug, there you go. I'm trying to see where is the I'm sorry guys, it's a little bit awkward. I'm trying to show you the best I can, but looks like, so if you see, that is the bolt. Can you see it? I can turn more the phone don't fit there. So that's the plug, and I'm trying to check to the bolt, but I can't see the bolt at all. Yes, so you can see is very tight in there. You can see even from here now, yeah, you can see the plug in there in the end. So what I'm trying to do is, if I show you what I'm trying to do, and I will carry on like that because I think I will get in there. What I'm trying to do, so if this is a sensor, I will show you. So this is the new sensor. So I'm trying to put an angle like that, like you can see. Look, if I put an angle, well, if the sensor stays, that will be easier to film. If I do an angle like that, so you see, if I do an angle just in this corner in here of the sensor, this corner here, and if I just go like that, I can feel the bolt, and then I can undo the bolt slowly. You see, very close to this corner in here, it should work. Of course I got some space in there, but without the cooler, the whole housing in there will be much easier. So I will try doing like that, and then I will show you if it did work or not. If not, well, I need a plan B. Let's see if like that it will work. And last, Jesus Christ, all this work for this. There you go. Looks in bad state, isn't it? Right, my only concern now is this sensor in here is different color. I don't know if you mean something, because I never change a black one. That's the first time I see a black one come out, and that one is a white one. So how I managed to do it? Oh, I tell you what, this will be a long story here. So I probably was half an hour, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I reckon, to take this off. And like you see, the cooler is still there, and you can see now the hole is in there. There. And even today, I don't know why, but everything seems dark to me today. I don't know what happened. So yeah, I managed to take it off. Now my question is to put back. Is this will be manageable? Well, but so far everything is good, you know. So yeah, but it's still tricky. I tell you what, the time took me will be much better. Just take the cooler out and have a little bit 5-10 minutes more and take the cooler, and that will be much easier for you to do this job. Because even if the it's so dark here today, sorry guys, it's quite crap video today. So even if you use this, I will recommend you get one, because this one I got in here is too short. If you can get one more longer than that, I will say 3 times of this, your job will be much easier. Because this bit in here, it touch on a oil housing, so you can turn any more. So you have to keep taking off the Allen key, go back, and then put in again. So this was how I was struggling with this Allen key. I got another one here somewhere I was trying to use, like you can see is longer, but we need more longer than that. So I will say probably if you use Allen key, let me just show you here, it will be easier. If you will have Allen key like that, you can do this job the way the engine is on these cars. So in another cars, when the engine will be horizontal, that will be tricky because you got the radiator very close to it. But for these cars on vertical, the engine vertical, you should be okay with Allen key like that. Trust me, you should be alright. That's why I don't have one. I need to get one. Actually, Allen keys if this size, because it helps sometimes. And also it's very tight, so I have to use pliers. I have to use these pliers in here. and just give a twist quite hard, and then the bolt came loose. So now we'll try to put it back, and yes, I think probably I will get the tripod now, and I will filming now because I still have some battery. How I will manage to put this back, I think will be tricky, but I will manage to put the tripod in here somewhere, if the light's shining in there, because it's very tricky. So the light probably have to be something like that. And I will put the tripod in here on this area. Probably don't make sense to film anyway. No, it don't make sense to see. You don't really see anything because it's a little bit tight. But you just have to check now. So when you put this sensor, you have to go on the sideways. You got this notch here on the bottom. My camera today don't want to focus. I think it's the cold. So you see this notch in here. So you have to slide, and then you just pull it, and that's it. The sensor will stay in place. And then you have to get away to just get the Allen key in here and twist this bolt till it be tight. That's it. This is what you have to do. If you got good nerves to be a mechanic and do this kind of job, go for it. If you've never done this before, I recommend you take this to the garage. Because if you go to the garage, you can do this test yourself. Well, actually, I just noticed something in here. This car been in Audi once. If some issues with the flaps, Audi did this. Just block this pipe, disconnected, and that's it. So you see the flaps is here, is not connected. Audi did that. Amazing how the proper garage, how they work. Anyway, what I was saying, if you go to some garage to change the sensors in here, they will tell you they need to remove the gearbox. I'm not joking. Some of the companies, even a Passat was in here to change the sensor. They told to the guy, it's an expensive job, they have to remove the gearbox to get access to it. You don't need to get access to it. The only thing you need to do is just remove the oil cooler in there, the oil filter housing. That's it. That's the only thing you need. You have plenty of space to work on this sensor. If you take to a garage take the gearbox out, and they will offer a new clutch and flywheel, of course, because the gearbox is out, it will cost you a fortune, probably 2 grand, just to do this kind of job. And it's useless, you know. So I will see. Now the time is 10 to 12, so I will see how long this will take me to put everything back on this kind of car if I'm taking the cooler out. But bear in mind, this is still a very big job. This is a massive job, okay? This is not easy job at all. If the engine will be out or the gearbox will be out, you can do this in seconds, but not the way I'm doing in here. But I'm trying to save time and money to the customer, so I'm trying to do this on my way, and let's see if it goes all smooth. If I will struggle to put the sensor back, well, I have to take the oil housing out. Let's see how it goes. So it took me 5 minutes. The sensor is already in. Like you can see that white plug in there. There we go. It's in and it's tight. Don't go nowhere. That's it. That actually was a little bit easy to put back. Now the news is it's put all together and see if the car starts alright. So actually it wasn't too bad. Of course, so when you put in, just try to get this a longer one. This will help you a lot. And to put in, of course, you have to see where you have to grab the bolt, like you can see it. And actually, it did grab all right. I was quite surprised. And it turned quite quick and it got tight. Quite surprised with that, actually. So I think that sensor is in place now. So what we have to do is put everything back and see how the car runs. Right, the car is all together. It don't take long to put together, so I just have to put this pipe in here, that one there, and then put the bolts in here, the bolts there, connect the 2 pipes on a oil cooler, and yeah, I just forget plug here a sensor. I will plug now from the coolant. I don't will put any coolant here. It's some coolant on the system. I just want to see if the car will start. Well, yes. A little bit concerned about that sensor be different color, but it probably doesn't mean anything. But we will see. Just now I try to plug. Yeah, this sensor is on. And grab the keys and see. And by the way, if you disconnect the battery, always disconnect the negative side first and then the positive. Because if you will disconnect first the positive and like a ratchet like this, if you touch on metal, you will do a spark, you can damage something on a car. Always take the negative side. You probably know this, but who don't know, just do that. I think the keys is outside the car anyway. Yeah, yes. Right, moment of truth. Like you see before, it didn't start. Let's check now if you will. A little bit concerned about that sensor, but I don't know. We will see. Lights off. Right. I think I forgot something. Something in there in the engine flight. But yeah, sometimes when you leave tools on the top of the engine, I think I need to see the video back. I probably left something on the engine, and yeah, and it fell over. So let's start again and see, because we start and I kill the engine because I was thinking something in the belt. Starts alright. Well, that light is on because I disconnect the battery. But it's running very smooth. Okay. Yeah, that did the trick. There you go. So what I have to do now is just take this cover out and have a look on injectors connection. Or probably what I will do, I just will let this for now. Maybe that sensor could cause the bad connection on injectors, I'm not sure. So probably I think I will leave this now. And if it happens again, I will have a look. And also I need the engine hot route before I remove that. It's not a bad job to do. Probably I will do, just a peace of mind. Yeah, I will do that, I will do that. We'll wait for... I know what. This fell over. This fell over from the top of the car. Right, I don't have much coolant, so I have to turn off the car. So much coolant in the system. And say already there is no enough coolant. Okay, let's try start again. Oh my god! Look at that! Oh! Okay guys, that did work. So what I will do now is remove this stop now here and just have a look on injectors wires and see how it goes. But before that I will connect actually the scanner and see if the codes in injector is there. If it's not, I don't will touch this today, just leave the way this is. And the next service, it will do the service on this here. I think I will do that. So when I do the service, change the oil, I take this cover out and have a look. Because the only thing he complains it was about the power, the car turns off, so the power was fine. Sometimes these codes did happen before and I did notice them on the ECU. But the car did run great till the sensor gone. So this thing in here is a little bit nightmare for change. But I managed to do it if I'll take the cooler out. But don't worry, because it's still a big job to do, okay? It's not an easy task to do, and like you see, to do this easily, if you take the cooler out, the oil housing, it will be easier to do, but I managed to do if I'll take it off, but it's still a big job. So I start here 10:30 on this car, and you can see I just managed to finish 12 o'clock. And so I was taking my time in here. Yeah, this is the way the things go. And actually was the cover go out, you can see all the cooler there on the side, because you have to disconnect the pipes, everything goes on the floor. Just now I have to check if I got a proper cooler for the car, otherwise I need to call to the owner. So when you finish work, you just bring the cooler, we put inside, and that's it. So the job is done for today. So I will come back in a minute to finalize the video and talk a little bit more about it, so stay on that side. Well, so far everything is fine, car is fine, was ticking over for 15-20 minutes and did cut out at all. So what I will do now, I will scan the codes. Of course another code will still logging in there because I didn't delete it. When I delete it, the car dies and the code came back. So let's see now how this will be. So I'm just trying to film and at the same time do this. Oh, need to turn on the ignition, duh. Okay. So that's a AUDI USA. I would say this one is Avant state. The engine is 2 liters BRD. So I just have to look, what is the BRD? A little bit BRB, BRC, BRD. There you go. Yes, 2007. Plate is 2006, but doesn't matter. It's the same thing. So auto scan. So like you can see is a fault there, and the good news is the injectors, they're not there, so this probably did some kind of error sometimes on the ECUs, and just pick up things is not there. So I will leave the cover alone for now, because I want to replace the seal as well at the same time, otherwise it will leak oil. So I just will now wait. I just pause because I want to get to the engine one. There we go. So if we see this will be the crankshaft sensor, or the camshaft sensor, whatever sometimes this kind of says. So yeah, you just say this. So there's no signal, the sensor stop gives signal and the car dies. And so if I will clear the DTC, yeah, no codes now, that's good. So what I will do now, pass no faults, and I will go back, start the car, and then do the scan again. So yeah, let's start the car again. Wow, look at that, starts straight away. It's good. Turn on this a little bit, and let's wait 1 minute, and then we scan again. So everything is fine. So just press the throttle for the temperature go up, because it's quite cold outside. So it's +5 degrees, but it's still it's warm. I need to put more coolant, so I have to go in the shop, get more coolant for it, or I will ask him to buy it and he can bring it, and I just put in. So oh, very warm in here, hot, that's good. The needle go up, that's good. Okay, let's switch off again. Like you see that the engine is getting hot. When this did happen before, the car never will start anymore. Well, look at that, it starts like a clock now. Look at that, cool. Right, I can't go now for a drive because I got my neighbor parked behind this car, but doesn't matter. I know everything is fine. I have these problems in the past, and this was the issue. So okay, let's now turn on the ignition only, and let's do auto scan again. If there's something wrong with that sensor, it will pick up a code and pass no faults. Well, brakes is one fault. It's because I disconnect the battery, that's why that light is on. So yeah, just let me cancel this. That's very good, I'm happy with that. Cool. So I think the owner will be very happy if the car yes, is sorted. The thing is, in the end of the story is it's a little bit difficult to do this job. If you want to make the things easier, you can take everything off. The cooler, the housing, the oil housing, you can take it off and reuse the same gasket. I don't recommend really, that's why I was avoiding to take the cooler out, because I didn't have a gasket. But what I did before in some cars when it was emergency, especially the people that deliver pizzas, I was putting a little bit of silicone. Until today I have no issues and no leaks from there, so that's quite good. So yeah, if you can manage to do the way I did, it's manageable. But if you never done this before, take your time and make sure you got a plan B for Monday if you have to take the car to work, because something can go wrong. But if you take the cooler out, the things will be much easier and you can see much better what's happening there. So I hope you like this video. If you like, put a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe, and I will enjoy now my rest of the Sunday. So like you see, garage is empty, nothing else to do. So I will make more videos soon. Stay there for more videos soon.